The United States Coast Guard has 11 primary missions. Here at the Sector New Orleans Incident Management Division, we perform the Marine Environmental Protection Mission. Our job is to make sure oil and other hazardous materials are removed from the environment to help keep the water, marshes, and sensitive wetlands safe and healthy, as well as all of the wildlife in those habitats. Louisiana is home to so much wildlife, like pelicans, alligators, shrimp, and lots of different types of fish. We work to keep our people and animals safe from harm. The Sector New Orleans Incident Management Division investigates and responds to an average of 800 oil spills and chemical releases each year. We send our teams all over Southeast Louisiana to oversee oil and chemical cleanups. It is very important for us to learn scientific information about chemicals to understand how to keep people and the environment safe. We also have to make sure everyone is wearing the right safety gear. We carry devices called four-gas meters, which alarm when there are harmful chemicals or not enough oxygen in the air. We always have gloves, safety glasses, and hard hats if there are things overhead. Sometimes when we go to a location where oil has spilled, we have to take samples to send to the Coast Guard Marine Safety Laboratory. Here's an example of how to take these samples.
Hello and welcome to New Orleans. I'm MST2 Melissa Gaspard and this is
MST3 Hunter Wright.
And today we will be showing you how to take oil samples. So a big part of being a marine science technician, especially in New Orleans, is the protection of the environment. And how we do that is by ensuring that people who pollute are being responsible stewards of the environment by cleaning up the oil and hazardous materials, especially when it's impacting the waterway. So today, Petty Officer Ridings and I are going to be using our tropical island fish tank to demonstrate how to properly take an oil sample. Petty Officer Ridings will lower the jar at a 45-degree angle, just barely skimming the surface of the water, allowing as much oil and as little water to enter the jar as possible until the jar is approximately 3/4 full. Petty Officer Ridings will invert the jar 180 degrees. So that way, again, the oil and water can separate, allowing the oil to float to the top of the jar and the water to rest on the bottom near the cap. The other way to remove oil from the water is to use an Oilophilic Sorbent Pad. This sorbent pad is a cotton-like material that attracts the oil and is able to actually collect the oil from the waterway so it can be removed and properly disposed.
This is an example of those sorbent materials in action. The oil is either soaked into the material or sticks to it, depending on if it's absorbent with a B or adsorbent with a D. An alternative method that we have to get special permission for is called an in situ burn. As you can see here, the oil that is trapped in the marsh is set on fire, which quickly burns most of the oil away. This makes sure that a bunch of people and equipment aren't hurting the important rosocane and actually helps the vegetation grow back fast. Some other cleanup methods are using skimmers to separate the oil from water it's floating on, just like we tried to do with the sample jar. Sector New Orleans responds to all sorts of spills and releases, like broken wellheads, damaged subsea pipelines, sinking boats, damage from hurricanes, and unfortunately, the largest oil spill in U.S. history after the Deepwater Horizon drilling rig exploded. We do get to do fun things though, like Petty Officer Harry cleaning this little duckling. Here at Sector New Orleans, our area of responsibility includes 165 miles of the Mississippi River, all of Lake Pontchartrain, and the marshes that surround either side of the lower Mississippi River. We work with many different agencies, both state and federal, and we all work together to make sure our critical habitats and endangered species are protected from any oil or hazardous materials. If your family has a boat, you may see us walking around the marina that you keep it in, or riding by you when you're out fishing with your family, trying to find where a mystery sheen may be coming from so we can stop whatever is leaking. If you or your parents ever see oil in the water or a metal drum that has hazardous material markings on it, please call the National Response Center at 1-800-424-8802. Thank you for joining us, and laissez les bons temps rouler, or let the good times roll.